Hearing hijacking in Mecklenburg County. Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Kim Anderson.
And I'm John Carter. And in April, WBTV was first to break news of a virtual court hearing that was taken over by self-proclaimed trolls showing pornographic material. Well, now it's happened again.
Let's bring in investigative reporter David Hodges. He is in our newsroom live. David, what do we know about this latest incident?
Yeah, Kim, court officials are now confirming to me that the incident this morning resembles what happened back in April. A spokesperson for the North Carolina Administrative Office of the Courts told me the material shared in the virtual hearing room this morning were very similar to the previous incident. The video you're now seeing, which I should say is significantly edited by WBTV, comes from that April incident when inappropriate material was shown during a virtual family court hearing. The hijacking from April lasted for nearly 20 minutes, according to a person WBTV interviewed who was in that court hearing. During that time, trolls flooded the chat with hate speech, changed participant screen names to racial slurs, and showed Confederate flags and Nazi imagery. NCAOC spokesperson Graham Wilson wrote in an email to WBTV, quote, "I understand it was material similar to the previous incident." He also added the NCAOC became aware this morning and investigated the matter. This was not a hack. Unfortunately, some individuals were mistakenly admitted into the WebEx session. The situation has been resolved. But given this is a brand new incident, I filed a records request for NCAOC's investigation into the last hijacking incident to see what went wrong last time and how it was allowed to happen again. We'll have new details when we get that on our website, WBTV.com. Reporting in the newsroom, David Hodges, WBTV, on your side.